Hi, YouTube. Hey, Kim. Happy birthday again. Sorry my throat is sore. I actually didn't take my allergy pill yet today, so, yeah. And, I've been fasting for 2 days, so my energy is like, psh. So I thought, well, while I'm rolling my cigarettes, I'll just say hi to everybody. And I wanted to show, the person that said, oh, a Christian can't be a smoker, whatever, stick it wherever it fits. But for one thing, I can probably beat anybody I know in a foot race aerobically or with my endurance throughout the day. So, on that note, uh, natural. Do you know what that means? And the Native Americans make it. Um, it has no uh, poisons on it or anything like that. It's all made by hand. It's all cut by hand. Same with my filters are premium from Golden Valley, Minnesota, about half a mile from where I grew up. And plus, it costs me about just a little over $1 a pack. So for 30 bucks a month or less, I smoke what the hell I want and stay healthy doing it. So, and obviously, even though I have a real bad disease and really bad allergies, I'm still very, very strong. So keep your opinions to yourself. I'm sure, like in your head or something, I'm say it like it is. We all have our faults. Like I said, you're probably a slut, and you had to point out I smoke because I'm not a slut. So, hey, each to their own, brother, my skinny brother from another mother. Why don't you just come back here with your real name and stop bothering me? Get you? Get it? So I thought I'd roll my cigarettes. I got a rolling machine. I thought I'd roll my cigarettes while I'm talking to everybody and or talking at you or talking down to you, however you feel, you know. So no apologies. Why do you watch me just to bother yourself? I don't get it. Well, excuse my cords there. No, I don't get it at all. So, or maybe it is my interpretation of the Bible. Oh, let's see how this wicked woman interprets the Bible. She couldn't be a Christian. She smokes. Know how many pastors out there, licensed ordained ministers, look at porn, have porn in there when you're working in a body shop like I did, like Doug does. Do you know how many times we've run across the pornography of the minister in the trunk or their booze or hired to like clean their car, detail their car. And of course, what are you going to say? Nothing, because they're your customer. But yeah, that's all true. I'm not hiding what I do in my life. If you want to judge me on my cigarettes, I'll judge you on the truth of your inner exterior. So I'm outwardly showing you me. Mm. There, how you like that? Sorry, my friendly subs, and I'm sort of sorry to the person that pretended to be my friend, because um sure, you wanted to be my friend on your terms. I don't play like that. I'm playing on God's terms. And when you do insult me and bother me, I'm going to insult you and bother you back. That's only fair. So, yep, that's true. Put that on the little machine and go, oh, get a workout. Wow, that one didn't turn out. It smushed. I smushed my leg up into it because I wasn't watching what I was doing. Okay, I'll try another one. If it doesn't turn out, I'll wait till later and still talk to everybody. So yeah, today was just beautiful. You can't beat January being like 31, 32 degrees in the wintertime, and it was just really like sub-zero just the other day. So yeah, we've had a really remarkable winter actually. So I know I'm going to be a little more tired tonight because I was fasting. Like some of you know, I fast every day. I don't eat till nighttime usually. But well, of course I do love my food, but that's how I do keep in shape is limiting myself. I eat what I eat. Then when I'm full, I'm done. But if you do that 3 times a day, you stretch your stomach out, and then you're more prone to keep the weight on because you're not. My motto is I only eat it if I need it. Well, at the end of the day, I need it. Last year, I went on a 3-day fast. I had my son and his girlfriend living with me for a while, and I really needed to talk to God. Um, they know the story and why, but I'll just go into it briefly. So I needed to have the solace of God in my heart to deal with people. And so I went on a 3-day fast, and um, I dealt with it the way God wanted me to. It wasn't the most beautiful thing in the world, but I think things worked out for them for the best in all reality. So God helps us all. But yeah, when you do fast, you don't have like this full stomach. You don't feel miserable. You are able to. You do get a little headachy, but sometimes, like last night, I thought about drinking a glass of milk. And then I sat down and watched a couple more videos. It was late. It was about 12:30 or so. And then I just decided, yeah, I'll just not have anything. And then I thought about a drink of water because I had had some coffee and water through the day. So when I mean fast, it doesn't mean I don't have liquids. And even if you're really active and you're fasting from the hard stuff, even maybe even soup or broth or tea or coffee or juice. Juice got a lot of sugar though. But so I thought about the milk for the protein. And then I thought, nah. And then I thought about the water and I thought, nah, I just want to clear out my intestines entirely. And that's a really good fast. So 2 days is good. 3 is a little, well, it was almost 3.5 actually. So that was kind of rough. But I've gone like, I went 2 weeks one time without food because I had to. I was a young runaway and I didn't have a choice. Well, I had a choice. I could have done like people I know and went out on the street or something, but that never really occurred to me. I had some twin friends when I was young, Candy and Sandy. And Candy was my close friend. Sandy, her sister, they both were working out of a real expensive hotel selling themselves when they were 15 years old. And I got Candy out of it. And I walked in there, and Sandy said she was going to come out with me and we were going to get her out of there. And just when I thought she was coming out with me, her pimp comes in with some guy for her and she takes off with him and shit. And her sister was just like in tears. But yeah, I had gone to school with these girls and yeah. But and then I had another friend and my mother and my sister. After I found out who they were when I was 34, um, they had been out on the street with drugs and whatnot and stuff. So, I mean, I've been around quite a bit of it in my life. Um, Even had a pimp chase me around Minneapolis a couple different times, trying to probably like kidnap me or God knows what. But I was able to get away both times. Um, no, actually 3 times. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so my heart does go out to these people, and I'm not down on them like that. But if they keep their attitude for the rest of their life, it's kind of apparent, you know. If they don't, I mean, you can't sugarcoat it. It's like, mm, be like a pedophile getting up in front of the community and nobody knows he's a pedophile. Say he is a preacher or something and he's a pedophile and he rapes kids during the day and preaches during the night. So he's opening up the Bible and all that stuff. Well, um, oh, I don't know what my point was actually. Um, no, that would be too extreme. I'd have to go back to just the street walkers, male or female. If they stopped doing what they were doing and didn't even open the Bible, but were clean-minded person, like when you're around a bunch of teenagers. Even when I was a teenager and people would tell filthy jokes, I dislike, you know, sexually explicit to a certain extent is funny, but there's an overboard thing, and when it kind of goes overboard or way often, and that's kind of their mindset, like that, it's very bothersome to me. So apparently, they aren't walking how God would want them to walk. And I can't walk beside them. I can, in my mind and spiritually, and pray for them, but to actually hang around with people that would do that to my insides is detrimental to my psyche, you know. So that's how I feel about that. You know, it's sad, but that's the way it is. Yeah, on. And I used to hate people when they stuck out their tongue. And I've done that twice, like in about 2 months. No, and not 2 weeks. What was it? 3 days ago, I think I stuck my tongue out at Doug on here. Yeah, because he watches me. How funny is that? Anyway, this one I didn't get the tobacco all the way down there. So it's almost like smoking a light cigarette. It's hard to draw on, but it's all right. I'll smoke it. I can rip it apart and make it again, but nah, it's okay. For me personally, when God's talking to me and when I see in my mind's eye what I meant to see, He puts that there. I don't have to try and put that there. And the chakra system that comes from the Middle East, Eastern beliefs, are dangerous because they are having you activate certain ones at certain times. It doesn't work like that. We work it all together, and God puts that in our mind, and it is there from birth. And oh, Tyler, I watched a couple of your videos, and I didn't watch the one with my name on it. I really didn't want to get pissed off, but I was actually bored, and I seen something that caught my interest, and I don't recall what one it was now, but it had you. You said yes, we are born with our third eyes open. Yes, we most definitely are, and that John St. Julian, Ababawana, crossed my line spiritually many times that I had to turn them off. So I don't know what everybody else sees or if they missed that part, but I had been watching him for about what, like about 5 years literally, and stopped watching him because of the attitude of one of the boys that he helped raise and the way the kid was relating with him. It seemed weird, and then there's another time he kind of snapped on people, and um, I don't care. Tell me you're close to God, that's okay. But if you're gonna snap on people, it's like don't pretend you don't. You know what I mean? But the teachings of the third eye that he pushes are inaccurate and satanistic. And if I really got to get down to brass tacks to prove this with somebody, just ask me and I will. I'll find the episode. So I'll go through all his crap. He's got thousands, but um I'm just telling you like it is. I stopped watching him for a reason because I stopped believing what he was saying. So, but anyway, when he gets into the Middle Eastern techniques with his Christianity, when he mixes the both of them, that was done intentionally, and it is a part of the craft. And so, if I have to leave a friend behind because of this issue, I'm definitely going to, because when I get that weird feeling from somebody, I got to act on it. That's God telling me no, no. So, just like he told me not to watch that one Tyler video. Well, more than one, the ones with my name on it. God said no. So, whatever. I'm telling you. But I believe the same way like that. And I think most people do believe that that's active. But the thing is, nowadays, they're trying to make it a group participating sport when it's between you and God. I only talk to Christ. He only talks to me like that. Other people are not supposed to be in there. So, when you need to shield yourself like that, I give that energy to Christ. He talks to me in my heart because I need to be shielded like that. I used to see everything in the world and it was overwhelming. So there's a time in your life when you can be really active like that, and there's other times that I wouldn't suggest it. And actually, the way the world is right now, unless you're only talking to God in your mind's eye, I would suggest not even doing it. Some people call it their higher self. Well, it's a part of yourself, but you didn't make yourself, and that's who you're talking to. You may not hear that very clearly because you think you did kind of create yourself. So you have to definitely know you didn't. So, unless you are God Himself, then of course God would know that they made themselves and how that came about. So if we don't have that information, we don't have that because we're not that. But the promise is understanding. That's knowledge. You know? I'm just talking. So I don't know what to say, but there's some people that are walking on the line right now with me, and I've got decisions to make. Um, unless I hear something different, but um, I literally have to put people to the side to continue the way God wants me to talk. If I talk like they do, I'm not talking like He wants to through me. So maybe that's their path and it's just not my style. You know, don't know. Time will tell. It gets hard letting go of friends. It does. You know, family. The hardest is distancing myself from family. But, yeah. If people care enough, they let it be known. You know, that type of thing. I don't beg for anything in any way. So, I let my feelings be known, and then it's up to that person to reciprocate. Like your move, you know, your turn. But once again, I actually gave my energy of my third eye to Christ, that energy. And He speaks in my heart because I can't. I mean, I can like envision my friends in a day to day situation. Slightly, I have glimpses, but I don't go deep into that because, like I said, I did a whole lot of that worldwide, and Christ needs that energy right now. So, when people are practicing that on a large scale, looking into everybody's lives like that, it's inappropriate in these times, and that's my message. That's what I get out of it. So, these pushes for all this, it's the connection between you and God, and I still say it's a safer aspect to relate with your heart, human to human. And yes, God will give you your visions in your mind's eye, but to search that out, you can't really search that out. What you will find when you're searching are tricks. And that is a clear message that I got from God. So, unless it's God talking to you and you know that love is true and there's no tricks or confusion or anything like that, you just see something and then you go on about your day. Um, I don't know what else to say. Perhaps now people that consider themselves like the 144,000 um, need that energy and need that connection between each other. And here's a note too. God did say that was going to come back in a bigger time of peace for me, but today isn't the day, you know. So, not that I can't, it's that I won't, because there's too much traffic out there in the ether. That's a fact. So, unless you're truly a warrior, um, and I've had my moments where I'd had to go and tap somebody on the shoulder, but then I'm right back in my heart. Um, and that's only for a moment. Uh, I'll repeat, it's inappropriate. So just search your hearts and your minds and realize for me that that's my connection with God, and Christ is the only person that belongs in my heart or in my mind's eye. And anything else at this point in time, unless you are Christ, um, nobody else really has any business out there in the ether because that belongs to God. Satan uses it, that's going to be over. Then what is left is God in your mind's eye. Not every Tom, Dick, and Harry and Sally and whoever, you know. So, I don't know what else I can say, but it's not that people's beliefs will separate them whether they think they're good people or not, or whether they care about them, but whether or not I listen to somebody and take credence in what they're saying. Like John St. Julian, I think he has God in his heart. I know he has displayed paganism and Zionism and Zoroastrianism working in the ether. So, he'll tell you about his witch doctor experience. That's because they knew um, his downfalls as a man, as I see clearly too. And I don't want to attack him. He's been sick, and I've been giving him a chance. But I think some of you actually feel what I'm saying with him working around kids. Now, here's another big thing. And this is a huge, huge thing. This man from another country in Tanzania there's a lot of kids that go missing in that country. World slavery. And there's a lot of that crap going on. And he has a lot of groups of people taking youngsters up to the top of the mountains in these lodges and stuff. So if you all trust that, that's good. I don't. He might not even feel the ramifications of what I'm saying, but what I'm saying with these rich men coming in and taking boys out hiking in the Himalayas, I don't feel good about it. And there's a lot of things that he does that I don't feel good about, and I'm standing by my words. So, like I said, I haven't made a video specifically on him, but I have talked about it several times because I believe he has God in his heart. I don't know if it's because of the drugs he's done. I really don't. And I'm not just dissing on people. I'm just saying that there's a barrier somewhere within him because I know he's not getting the same info as I am, and I know I'm walking close for a lot longer too. So I just don't know what else to say, and I hope I don't have to push a friend aside, but a couple of them actually. One that I suspected working with the Illuminati because of the implanted beliefs that they put in this young man. And another one that is a friend of that one that doesn't want to lose a friend either. But you know what? I may have to set everybody aside no matter what God tells me to do. So that's the harsh reality. If Christ said, I'm going to come back and I'm going to be in a man's body, but if I mess up, I don't want you to follow me, that's exactly what I would do. If God said, no, he's messing up, there's other people that are carrying that Christ's blood and they'll pick up the change. And I'd be like, okay. You know, not that it wouldn't kill me, because it does. But if we're not doing things right, and I know what's right and wrong, I don't have a doubt in my mind, you know. So I'm not waiting for all happy days to come shining in my life before I put the hammer down on people. It's like, no, you're doing this right now, or you're getting the hell away from me. And yeah, everybody's got their own opinions and own interpretations and everything else. And of course, I think mine's right. And I'll stick to it. So it's a pretty big deal to me. Like I say, maybe there's certain people that is important for in these times for their communication. But for the general public, it's not a good practice and it's very dangerous. When you don't think of your heart first, temple, dwelling, dwelling. Christ dwells in my heart. That's where he lives. He might be seated up there. So is Satan. Christ dwells in my heart. And that's how I roll. I roll on my heart instincts, not my third eye. That's only for communication, for seeing these pictures, talking to God, or Satan, or other people out in the ether. But the messages you get in your heart, like I said, if you have a heartache and somebody's hurt your feelings or whatever, you don't feel it in your third eye. You feel it in your heart. And that's what they're trying to diminish. They're trying to kill blood. They're trying to kill Christ's blood within ourselves. You know? Because if you eliminate the heart, you can still use your third eye. Maybe not as successfully, because like I said, it is our link to God. But without the heart, it doesn't work properly. And that's the number one thing I would be stressing along with that if I were going to be teaching that, which I'm not. Which I'm an expert in, but will not teach. For the mere reason that this isn't the time for it. That was of old times for communication. When God found out that he had to watch everybody a little bit closer, then he came into our blood. He wanted to be closer to us. That's how he did it, through mankind. So the third eye kind of is not obsolete, but it's more Satanistic because Satan's in there. When Satan's not able to enter your heart, Christ is safe in there. You have a piece of his heart that Satan can't touch. An area that hasn't been walked on by foul. Yeah, I've had this on my mind actually for months, and I was hoping that I didn't have to touch on it again, but I can see that I do, and I hope it made sense and made a point for the people that I needed to make a point to, is for communication between Christ's blood on an extra note. And without realizing that the heart is most important, your third eye doesn't matter. It's a fact. Very fact. Well, keep in mind, like I said, Christ's shining light is in your heart. He sits in the temple. I think that's after he climbs up the stairs out of the heart where he dwells and helps you communicate with God like that. So it's not something that you have to, actually, I wouldn't even speak on it. Like I said, it's more dangerous. It causes more people problems right now than realizing that it's our hearts that we have to be concerned about. Just my opinion. Okay, I've said enough. My heart's a little sad. I'm gonna boo hoo here and roll the rest of my cigarettes, and I'll be back. I love y'all. Straighten up and fly where, right? You know, what can I say? Just know I'm speaking the truth. And yeah, I'll say it. I know more about scriptures than most people. I forgot more than you'll ever know. How's that? So smack me. I don't care. It's the truth. That's why I talk like I talk. I'm a little different. But I practiced everything in human communication skills and English and literally looking up every single word of importance so I could reach the many instead of the few with the confusion that's within the books. So, and I know there's some people that just totally feel that because when they read it, it just doesn't touch you, but you can tell when I'm talking to you as your friend and I love you that I'm telling you what I've learned in your language. Not a new revised version, actual meanings of words interpreted so you can understand them. So I hope I made that clear. I hope that the person I'm trying to reach will understand that there is no embarrassment within this whole situation. Not even for old Baba Wana over there. He's going to be okay. But he doesn't, or unless he's involved. But there's some shady shit going on over there. And my heart just screams, I freaking know this. And I I'm just sticking with that. That's what I happen to know. Knowing you just know something and then it comes true. Well, I'm old enough to catch them feelings and not let it go. I'm not letting it go. That's how I feel and I'm sticking with it. There's more going on there than meets the eye with all of them. So I don't give a shit. That's the way it is. They can go make their money and pretend they're doing good for everybody and that's all good. And perhaps they actually do. Probably more people getting hurt in the situation than not. So just think on that, and I'll pray that you can feel the same way I feel. Unfortunately, it isn't a good feeling, but um, I know when somebody's being used, and I understand suggestive speaking, and I understand when somebody has had them suggestions made to them and exactly where they would fall in the Bible and how they would do it because I was coached on this ahead of time just for this because I knew that the pain of losing friends and loved ones because they fall short was going to hurt like hell. But if we can't learn to set those ones aside or straighten up and walk the walk, literally, not just pretend, but actually do it, well, birds of a feather flock together, you know? So I decided to like not flock and kind of like walk down the road like a freaking bird all by myself because I didn't want to be all grouped up in something that was just slightly passable. It was passable. It's okay. They're going to be okay. No, they're not. In this generation, they were born that way for these times for that reason. So either we say no to this world or we say yes to it. So that is the decision on a secondly basis. It's not a well, they're going to be okay next week or whatever, week after week after week. And I guess week is a good word for that because even if they don't display their Satanism, they don't display their Christianity that everybody knows that's there. So they walk around like zombies, like they're in fear the whole time, confessing with their mouth that they love God. But in their hearts, where Christ dwells and communicates with me, is where I see. I try to stay out of my mind because everybody's there. But only Christ is in my heart. And I know him very well. So, everybody, I hope this made sense, and I can only pray that it reaches the people I want it to reach. A couple of people I consider really good friends, and I don't want to have to lose you because I think you're better than that. I think you're going to understand me. I pray to God you do. So, okay, everybody, thanks for joining me, and to my new subs, thank you. Thanks for being here. I have a lot of nice people that pop in and say hi every once in a while, and even to my bony Canary Island friend, you know I love you. Just stop bugging me. You know, I see your faults. So what? You see mine. I don't give a shit. Just quit playing and straighten up and fly right. You could try and tell me the same thing, but I already do. I think we're allowed one fault. What's yours? Oh, that's my fault. Anyway, everybody, I might be back later. Um, Peace and love. And Kim Roebuck, happy birthday one more time. You're in my prayers. You're going through some scary things. A couple of my friends are too. We're not feeling so good, so we could just maybe call this the People We Don't Feel So Good Club here. So feel better, everybody. I love you. Thanks for joining me. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.